Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Impulse TCG. Impulse TCG buying up everything we see, open it up on camera. Today we have multiple collector boxes of Dragonstorm to open for you. They still had a couple of the buy box promos when I got there. I got the last two, and this is about the best buy box promo that Wizards has offered for the box in a long time. Impulse TCG coming at you from the middle of the Dragonstorm, from the eye of the Dragonstorm. That's where all this swirly light is. It's coming off the actual Dragonstorm. That's the extent I go to bring you amazing content to watch. I sit right in the eye of the Dragonstorm, in the heart of the danger, and open packs for you. This is back to the buy box promo. It's like a, power creep is all hell. Nighthawk, Vampire Nighthawk was a big deal back in the day. Well, now this guy is Flying Death Touch Lifelink. It's a 3/3 for 3, and he's got this amazing renew ability that you can exile him from your graveyard, and you can put a Flying, a Death Touch, and a Lifelink counter on target creature for just 3 mana. I mean, that's just a win. Even if you gotta put him out there, block and trade with something, gain 3 life, kill that creature, and then you play something bigger later in the game, you put 3 counters on it. It's Flying, Death Touch, Lifelink. They just can't beat that. I expect this guy to see quite a bit of standard play. Yeah, you get like a mono black or a Rakdos deck to just shut down those mono red decks that are going to be super popular in the meta coming up. But enough about that, right? You all came here to see how many Ugins I can pull, how many Elspeths can I pull, how many Mox Jaspers can I pull? Mox Jasper. I'm not sure if Mox Jasper is going to be. There's a lot of Dragon Commander players out there. There are, but that's pretty much the extent of Mox Jasper's play that you're going to see. Is how much play does it get in Standard? So let's crack into it. I need at least one Ugin. I need multiple Elspeth because I have a few token commander decks. A couple of them have white in it, and they're going to need an Elspeth. I ordered a couple copies of Arena Rector just so I can have more ways to get that. More ways to get Elspeth on the board for those token decks. Set the commons and uncommons aside. And we'll start with the showcase uncommons. Purging Storm Brood. And here we've got the showcase foil Armament Dragon. Let me get it up on camera so you can see. I know I'm kind of the Dragonstorm's off to my left here, so anything on the left of the cards is cast in a shadow, so I'll try to use my right hand more. Armament Dragon. What do we got here? Oh, that's one of the Dragon Eye lands. Dragon with some broccoli in his eye. That's cool. We've got United Battlefront. Yeah, this card right here. This card right here, I think, Simulacrum Synthesizer decks in Standard and Pioneer are going to go nuts now because you look at the top 7, say turn 3 you play a Synthesizer, turn 4 you play United Battlefront, you hit another Synthesizer and another artifact that's costs 3 mana. You're going to drop both those synthesizers in. The first synthesizer is going to trigger for the second synthesizer you hit off of this, and then they're both going to trigger off of the others. You're going to end up with 3 constructs that are going to be like 6, 6, 7, 7s, and all the monstrous rages in the world aren't going to get you past that. That's just going to stall the board out right there, and they're going to have to burn you out if they want to kill you. We've got Tevel, the Balanced Scales. Now the commander cards from this set, the desirable ones, look for them to be more expensive than the commander cards that were in Aether Drift, because Aether Drift they didn't have any like really bomb commander specific cards. Every commander deck's got like 10 new rares or mythics, and what the deal is there are 5 commander decks for this set, whereas there was only 2 commander decks for Aether Drift. So when you're pulling 1 commander card per collector booster pack, they're going to be 2.5 times rarer, more rare than they were in Aether Drift, because you only had 2 collector decks. So there's 10 cards that are unique cards, right? So there's a total of 20 unique cards. Well, there's 50 unique cards in this one. So you're looking at 2.5 times more unique commander cards out of this set than you were out of Aether Drift. So look for these set cards to be worth more money because they're just going to be more rare. Okay, here's one that I definitely wanted. All right, good first pack. I already got 2 cards I was looking for. Windcrag Siege. I've got a Caesar Legion's Emperor deck, the Mardu guy from Fallout. When you attack, you get to pick 2, sacrifice a creature, then pick 2 modes. Well, if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So now Caesar is going to trigger twice. Good hit. Glad I got that. We've got, here we go, great first pack, Mistrise Village. This is going to be the more desirable of this village cycle. You'll see this in CUDH, you'll probably see it in some Eternal formats, making your spells uncounterable. And our borderless foil is Severance Priest. Yeah, this is the Skyclave Apparitionist kind of card. The people are comparing it to Skyclave Apparition because it interacts with your opponent, and then when it dies, they get a token. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose an instant, or you may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, exile that card. Yeah, see, the reason Skyclave Apparition is better than this guy here is Skyclave Apparition is affecting something that's already on the board, right? So when you take something out of their hand, yeah, that's going to hurt their options for dealing with your stuff, but at the same time, if they've got 2 removal spells, he's getting killed, and they gain board presence for no mana. That's the big criticism. I think the legitimate criticism of this guy is, yeah, you get to mess with their hand unless they've got a card that if they cast that card, you automatically lose, and you got to get it out of their hand. Unless that's the case, I don't see that card seeing a whole lot of play. Alright, that's enough. That's enough yapping. I'll try to open faster now. If I see any cards that I find super interesting, I'll let you know why. And I'll read them off, but 0 for 1 on Elspeth and Ugin. Elspeth and Ugin are the ones we're looking for. We got a Showcase Dragonstorm card. Encroaching Dragonstorm. Cool. I like that cycle. Durgar Island Dragon. Whatever. Durgar. And no Dragon Island. And our first rare is Temur Battlecryer. Yeah, I like this card. I think it's pretty good. There's a lot of good cards in this set. We've got Reunion of the House, a commander card. Return any number of creatures with total power 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile Reunion of the House. Ooh, I don't know. 10? For 7 mana? For 7 mana, I want all of them back. Ambling Stormshell. If they keep printing turtles, Turtle Tribal is going to be a thing. Or Turtle Kindred. Don't mean to upset anybody. Surrak Elusive Hunter. Pretty cool card. Could have some applications, that's for sure. And I'm not a big fan. People are comparing this to the adventure mechanic, but I regret to inform you that it is just not as good as adventure. It's not. Adventure, you're always getting 2 cards. You're just always going to get 2 cards. And with that particular one, you're not necessarily going to get 2 cards. I mean, some of them are some very card advantage-y effects just inherently, but ultimately, you shuffle it back in. Yeah, you increase your spell density, but neither side, none of the cards that I've looked at, either side of the card is really, just not that great on any of the cards that I've looked at. If you, what is it called? Instant Omen, yeah. If any of the Omen dragons, you think they're going to make a splash in some format, let me know. Currently, I don't see any of the Omen dragons that are going to make a big impact anywhere. We have got, I just threw those commons in the trash. Get that out real quick. We have got Boulderborn Dragon. Artifact Dragon. We have got Riling Dawnbreaker. Riling Dawnbreaker. into. I mean, it's kind of a dragon land. You see the outline of a dragon. The land cycle in this set are really cool. I like the Eldrazi lands better from Modern Horizons 3, but I know a lot of people just don't care about those lands. You know, they didn't sell very well. I sell a lot of these cards that I don't need. And I think all of these lands are going to sell well. I thought the Eldrazi lands would sell well too, and they didn't. So shows what I know. We've got Stadium Headliner for our first rare, another mobilize mechanic. I like that mechanic. Hammerhead Tyrant. Whenever you cast a spell, return up to one target non-land permanent and opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the spell's mana value to their owner's hand. This is a pretty cool card here. A lot of board control there. A lot of angry friends. Rediscover the way. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. That's the first 2 chapters, and the third chapter is whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. Very good in the you know, the various different Narset commanders there are now. I got Narset and Light and Exile commander. Pretty sure that's going in there. And we get one of the big dragons. How do you pronounce that, huh? Ernie? Ernie the spell? I know it doesn't say Ernie, but it kind of looks like Ernie to me. Ernie. The Song Unyielding. 10/10 for 8. Oh yeah, this guy's really strong. Yeah, it's the protection from white and black, which are your primary removal colors, are going to be able to get this guy. Right? You're not going to kill this guy with a red burn spell. When Areni enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control. Yeah, so, you know, you got some ramp deck. You'd be cool in that. And we get, oh yeah, another guy that's going in my Narset deck. So my Narset commander and my Caesar commander deck are really loving these pulls so far. Flurry, whenever you cast your second instant sorcery spell, copy it. Then exile the spell you cast with 4 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspended. People say, wow, you know, what the heck is that? That's actually really good, because there are a lot of cards, such as, I just happen to have it right here, because I'm going to put it, I need to get it into my Narset and Light and Exile deck. Cards like Twinning Staff that say, if you would copy a spell 1 or more times, instead copy it that many times plus an additional time. So when you cast your second spell, if you've got Twinning Staff, and there's multiple other cards that, you know, benefit from you copying spells, and you want to run them all in Narset and Light and Exile, because when she attacks, she exiles a non-creature spell and she copies it. So with Twinning Staff out, she'll copy it twice. With this guy out and Twinning Staff, when you cast your second spell, you're going to copy it twice instead of once. And then 4 turns later, you're going to get to cast it again. So I think this guy's a lot better than a lot of people have been giving him credit for. I think you're going to see him in, over time, you're going to see him in more and more and more decks. People realize, hey, that guy's actually really strong. If they come out with more, there's not a lot of cards that are, you know, benefit when you copy a spell. A lot of it's going to be Magecraft from Strixhaven. But as they come out with more and more and more of that stuff, you're going to realize that guy's actually pretty good. And then you get to cast it again 4 turns later. I mean, it's Commander. You're going to be around 4 turns later most of the time. Alright. Pack number 4. Tin Moth Stormbrood. We haven't hit any big hits yet. Where are the big hits? Encroaching Dragonstorm Showcase. It's a nice card to have. You should see that in some Dragon Commander decks. We have no Dragon Island. Another Siege. This time it's the Orzhov Siege. Welcome the Dead. Draw 2 cards and discard a card, and you lose 2 life. Create X-tap 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, where X is the number of cards that were put into your graveyard from your hand or library this turn. Pretty cool. That's actually a pretty cool card if you got a self-mill deck. Here's the new Anafenza. Lets you endure 2 a lot. So here's the black land from the utility land cycle. And we get Sidisi, Region of the Mire, another card I'm looking for out of the set. She's what I call Grave Pod. Kind of like Birthing Pod, only for the graveyard. And here's your token zombie druid. People are going to be after that. A lot of people with a lot of jank brewing going on around that Sig ceremony. I don't know, man. I don't know. You can make Sig ceremony. Hop up on one of my videos and leave a comment and let me know how you're making that work, because it just doesn't seem like, you know, everything I can think of. I want that body too. I want the ETB effect, and I want the body. You know, pretty much with Sig ceremony, you're just trading. You're casting your creature with an ETB effect, and you're trading its body. You're still going to get the ETB effect, but you're trading that creature's body for a 2/2. So, yeah, it probably has a lot of potential, but you can't really build a commander deck around one card that's going to be in the 99, right? Unless you're a madman or woman. We got the Digger Island Island Dragon again, and we got Boulderborn Dragon again. Not expecting too much out of that slot, to be honest. Hey, we got a second Dragon Island. This time it's the island. Much cooler looking than the Broccoli Eye. Clarion Conqueror, very cool card here. Really powerful stacks piece. Activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated. Piss all your friends off. Let's have a fun game where you can't do anything. Demonstrate. You keep bringing that ability back here and there. Usually it's been pretty powerful. Transforming Flourish. Demonstrate, which means when you cast the spell, you can allow one of your opponents to copy it, and if you do allow them to copy it, you can copy it as well. Like if you have that other guy on the board, right? If this is your second spell, you'll get to copy it twice, and then exile it, and then it'll come back 4 turns later, and you can demonstrate it again. Destroy target artifact or creature you don't control. If that permanent is destroyed this way, its controller exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. They may cast it without paying its mana cost. So you can actually just you can get rid of a threatening permanent on the board, or you can destroy one of your own things, and maybe you can set up your deck to be guaranteed to hit something way more valuable than what you destroyed. Flexible card right there. We got United Battlefront this time in the borderless frame. We've got another Omen Dragon here. This is the one people are saying might be the best one of the Omen Dragons. Each non-dragon creature gets, yeah, this is going to go in your dragon commander decks for sure. Each non-dragon creature gets -X until end of turn. One of the better omens. And we've got Cursed Rakshasa. A lot of people talking about building around this guy. You know, 2 mana, if you're just trying to aggro somebody out, 2 mana for a 5/5 trample. I mean, let's go. Even if it only hits him 1 time, that's 5 damage for 2 mana. And then it has an ability from the graveyard. It's turned out to be a long video. I'm going to speed it up. I usually don't like to go more than 20-25 minutes, and we're already at 18. We'll do more videos. We have got Kuru Goldkeeper as our showcase, and then we get the same guy as the showcase foil. Cool. Into a Dragon Shadowland. We've got our second Mistrized Village of the opening. We have got Arbor Adherent. This guy's pretty cool. What is it? Lotus Light Dancers. This guy's actually really strong. A lot of people don't realize that, but you can get 3 very specific cards and stick them in your graveyard. Like if you got a lot of those, what was the ability where you can you catch it from your graveyard, and then it costs X less, where X is the power that you tapped. It's escaping my brain right now, sorry. Smile at Death, shout out to Alicia. At the beginning of your end step, return up to 2 target creatures with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. It's actually a pretty powerful card right here. Won't go too deep into it, but expect to see that some places as time goes on. And we get, how do you pronounce this? Eshki, Dragonclaw, Vigilance Trample, Ward 1. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you cast both a creature spell and a non-creature spell this turn, draw a card and put 2 1/1 counters on her. Pretty generic. Not very interesting. I'd never build a commander deck around her. Maybe she would go in the 99 of a teamer deck if I had a good mix of instants and sorceries, but she just doesn't seem very interesting to me. Moving on. Ugin, Elspeth, show up. In fact, show up in the same pack right here. Let's go. Sagu Wildling. Whirlwing Stormbrood into a Shadowland. Not a Dragonite land. Like, yeah, they said you only get 1 foil Dragonite land per box, and you get like 3 or 4 of the other ones. We have got the big splashy... Oh no, this is the dragon again. It's really washed out looking art in this one. I need to get a new camera, don't I, folks? This camera's about 5-6 years old, and it's just not. Because the flying protection from Black and White Dragon, we've already gone over him. Our commander card is Jaws of Defeat. Cool card right here. Severance Priest again. Here's another one of the sieges I wanted. The Frostcliff Siege. Alright, so we're getting United Battlefront number 3 this time in the showcase foil. We're getting a lot of cards we want. We're not getting the big hits we want. We do got 5 packs left here. Like I said, I'm going to put the pedal to the metal, try to keep this under 30 minutes. That's my goal. And I'll put it in the description, maybe even in the title, to watch it at 1.5 because it's going kind of long. That's what I do for most of my opening videos that I watch. I watch them at 1.5. We've got Breaching, Dragonstorm, and we've got Feral Deathgorger. There's our 2 showcase cards. Oh, there we go. There's our foil dragon. It's a good one, too. I think the teamer colors of these are going to be the biggest ones. All of them are going to be pretty good. Probably $5 to $10 for these. So that's a good hit. You've got Frostcliff Siege again. Very cool. Infantry Shield. Equipped creature gets Menace and Mo. Yeah, this is really cool. This is going in my Caesar deck as well. You got Warden of the Grove. A lot of showcase stuff here. We've got Betor Kin to All. Another one of the dragons. And we have got special guest Genesis Ultimatum foil. Very cool there. I like Genesis Ultimatum. I've got it in a teamer deck. That's very cool art because it's got a dragon on it. A lot of these special guests have dragon art on them, and you're going to see those are going to be worth way more than any other version because nerds love dragons. I mean, it's not just nerds that love dragons. Dragons are just cool. You know, probably the idea of dragons came from early human beings seeing fractured shales and seeing the outlines of fossilized dragons in those fractured shales, and oh my god, what the hell is that? You know, they probably thought to themselves. We've got Feral Deathgorger showcase. We have got Disruptive Stormbrood showcase. Yeah, whatever. Show me the Ugins. Island Shadowland. Tesa Light Shatter. Kind of a cool card. Or Tressa Light Shatter. Kind of a cool card. Interesting to see if she'll break through anywhere. Kotis Sig-Sib Champion. For our commander card. Kotis the Fang Keeper. 2 different Kotises back to back. Yeah, the indestructible one. You gotta have a negative way to get him off the board. We've got Dragonologist. Will be very popular in Dragon decks. And we have got Jeskai. Or Narset Jeskai Waymaster. Narset Jeskai Waymaster. Okay, so, you know, got 3 packs left. We're striking out on Ugins. We're striking out on Mox Jasper. We're striking out on Elspeth. But I promise you, this will not be the last box we open. Will not. I love this set. As long as I can find the boxes for under 300, I'll be buying them. There's your showcase cards. Not so exciting. We got a Forest Dragon Shadowland. Into Boomvine Regent, another Omen Dragon. Into Become the Avalanche. Kind of a, I don't know. We'll have to see if that card's going to break out anywhere. We've got Nature's Rhythm. Yeah, here's one that we wanted. Kind of like Court of Calling. Who knows? Into Zergo, Thunder's Decree. Yeah, I like this guy's definitely going in Caesar. Yeah, for sure. Into Corey Mountain Monastery, the red rare land. There's land cycle. 2 packs left. Ladies and gentlemen, come on. Let's go. Make sure you like, subscribe. Don't be afraid to leave comments. I'm not going to be mean to you or nothing. If you want to see my other openings, I promise they'll be a lot faster than this one. Here's your showcase cards. I like to try to take my time in the first opening, talk about the hits I see. Here we've got a Swamp Dragon Island. It is not foil. Severance Priest. Again, I think we got to place it him in this box. Aligned Heart. Yeah, this is one I wanted for my Narset deck. Any turn where you cast 2 or more spells, where you cast your second spell, you put essentially a charge counter on it, then you make a number of 1/1 white monk creature tokens with prowess. If you can do that at least once per go round, that's going to get you a lot of value over time. Here is the hilarious combat trick. You think you kill me? No, I kill you, and I draw a whole bunch of cards. Fang Keeper Familiar. This guy's got potential, I think, in Constructed. Into Inevitable Defeat. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller loses 3 life, and you gain 3 life. And it can't be countered. Well, the 3 big hits have evaded us. Unless last pack magic. Here we go. We have experienced the last pack magic phenomenon on this channel before. And we're going to need it because I don't think we got any really nice hits out of this box. There's your showcase dragons. Here's your land. It's a Shadow Mountain land. Into Jasper, the new ultimatum type cards. Devil's Judgment for the commander card. What does that say? Lacid Prowler. Into Glacier Wood Siege. Into Sarkhan Dragon Ascendant Showcase. Ghostfire Showcase. That's we didn't get any of the lotto cards here, did we? We didn't get any of the big mythics. 270 bucks down the drain. Not entirely, but I wouldn't expect this box is going to carry the value that I paid for. But it is what it is. Make sure that you like and subscribe so that when my other openings go up, you can get a notification and you can watch those too. Who else brings you content from inside of the Eye of the Dragonstorm? You think I'm lying? Look at all the swirly light. Obviously, I'm not lying. There's no way that could be anything other than the Dragonstorm. So yeah, if you're subscribed, you'll get notifications. So my next openings from the Eye of the Dragonstorm will pop up on your notifications, and you'll be the first to watch them. And you can brag that you were the first. And until then, this is Impulse TCG signing out.